Continuing now on America Talks Hour 2, and we want to hear from you at 1-877-NEWSMAX. That's 1-877-639-7629. Let's continue our conversation now. Again at the anchor desk, Newsmax insider and political commentator Clarence McKee, and retired Florida police detective Tom Whatley, and via Skype, noted international journalist Maggie Howe. Maggie, since you're not here at the desk, and plus since there may be a gender difference here and a generational difference, you talked about the cultural narrative. You chronicled earlier how rappers were going to social media. Indeed, Governor Pat McCreary last night, as he was declaring a state of emergency in North Carolina, talked about social media adding to the problems last night. Do we have to rethink hyper communication in these kinds of confrontations?
Well, I think so. So what they were able to effectively do was craft a narrative that was basically a lie. And it's really comical because Hillary Clinton echoed that lie. You know, her initial reaction to the shooting was that it was an unarmed black man. We know that that's simply not true. But going back to your point about Hillary Clinton perpetuating the policies of Barack Obama, I believe that Donald Trump will do more for the black American community than any other president has ever done before. And what we do know is that Hillary Clinton is largely responsible through her husband for the mandatory sentencing guidelines. If people really want to look at a candidate, they need to really closely examine the truth. And what we do know about her specifically is that the disproportionate amount of black men in American prisons, they're directly responsible for because of those mandatory sentencing guidelines in the 90s. So we know that she's canceled her fundraiser in North Carolina on the 20th. We know that Trump is leading in the polls, and she is very unsuccessfully trying to craft a narrative around the same lie that's been developing on social media for the past 3 days. You know, I watched a live stream for 3 hours last night of these riots, and I can tell you that these lies are pretty effective, and it's up to us to counter them in mainstream social media. And back to your point, there's some success in crafting those lies on the other side, but the good news is that they're losing the war.
Well, it was Churchill who said that a lie can spread around the world while the truth is lacing up his shoes. So we've always dealt with the allure of deliberate untruths, but Tom, as a cop, as a detective who had to know when people were lying, I'm just interested in this new wrinkle of hyper communication using social media to move mobs, as they're doing in Charlotte.
Yeah, 10 years ago, of course, people started to learn how to do blogs, and they had MySpace, and that was their way of communicating. And then Facebook came along because it used to be restricted just to college graduates and college students, and then they opened up the world to it. And what happened is everybody became a Facebook lawyer, everybody became a Facebook police officer. They now know police tactics, and when they see something on face value, they don't look at the full investigative part of it, and boom, they have made a determination that there is guilt or innocence right away. So social media has really, I think, caused more division in this country than it has put us together, and that's what it was intended to do, was bring us together.
Clarence McKee, taking the comments of Maggie and Tom here, and taking a look just at where we are. You know, I look at this night 2, Charlotte being a major air hub, knowing what we know about Ferguson and the Soros money, knowing what we know about this White House and community organizing. Is night 3 going to be worse, or will the National Guard, Governor McCreary doing what he's doing, will that help calm the situation?
It's hard to say, but I would think if the National Guard comes in there strong, you have the state police, and they don't tolerate being spit upon, hit and beaten. You didn't see many billy clubs going after anyone last night, which with what they were facing, it seems that you would have had more of that. The problem is, in terms of social media, cities and police departments have to really know how to use it and beef up their processes. For example, texting, you can get text alerts from different companies and businesses. I would think that police departments and mayor's offices should be able to send out texts, as the school systems do. Kids stay home, etc. But then use these cameras to find out who's breaking the law and arrest them and show that they're being arrested. Show them going to their house, locking them up, to send a message. You were going to come in. They tried to burn a reporter, a journalist last night, tried to throw him into a fire, and the cops had to pull him out. They should have the pictures of these guys and then arrest them and prosecute them.
Gentlemen, we appreciate your time here, and we also appreciate Maggie joining us via Skype.